It is April 21st of 2026, and this is the Court Gallery. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We start with Judge Middleton handling a packed criminal docket from his new historic courtroom. We'll see repeat offenders and a man caught on camera dropping his drugs at a gas station. Then we switch to Judge McNally, who navigates the drama of small claims court, from a botched furnace job to a nightmare car repair, before arraigning a man on violent felony charges you have got to hear. We finish with Judge Webster, who's forced to deal with an obstinate and angry defendant with identity issues. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a wild ride from a busy day in court, and it all starts right now.
We have a lot to do. We have a very, very busy day, full of misdemeanor arraignments, full of pre-exam conferences. And I will just say I had a wonderful few days off in Florida, chasing my granddaughters in the surf, building sandcastles, and enjoying time off with beautiful, beautiful weather. Our first line today, we'll get right to it. Somebody suggested this while I was gone. I could do probably 30 first lines from John Prine. And this song is some important. Everybody knows these people. We had an apartment in the city, and me and Loretta liked living there. Well, it had been years since the kids had grown, a life of their own, and left us all alone. John and Linda live in Omaha, and Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. Doesn't matter anymore. Everybody knows John and Loretta. All right, can you hear it? All right, so we are going to start our arraignments. We've got extra stuff, yes?
I want to know why your mic is green and everything else is red.
Good morning. Good morning. Come on in and have a seat, or you might wait outside for your attorney. We're going to get a long way before we get to your case. All right.
Okay, can they hear now?
Yes.
Okay, great.
All
As long
right.
as everybody can hear.
All right. So Joan Baez did a beautiful cover of that song when John Prine passed away. Yes, I can lock and unlock the cameras. When we get people in here, you're seeing the courtroom, at least a portion of it. You can't see where the jurors would sit. As in my introduction that you couldn't hear, I talked about the courtroom and the history of this courtroom, and maybe we'll try it again in a little bit. Apparently, I've also got some bench warrant arraignments, and that'll be great too. So we have a lot to do. We have about, I don't know, 50 people to deal with this morning, several different attorneys. The microphones are wireless. They tell me I need it right in my face here. We'll see about that. I did have an opportunity when I was in Florida to meet Stingray Tom. He drove all the way from Orlando area. Had a nice visit with him, and thanks to him, also met a lot of other nice people. They did have a jury trial in Three Rivers. Retired Judge Alexander Lipsy came down and tried a criminal sexual conduct case with the Attorney General handling the prosecution from Lansing, and Ross Truckee representing the defendant. And they reached a verdict of guilty yesterday afternoon. We're still, as I said, working the bugs out in here. I can't show you the entire courtroom, these cameras. I guess I could show it at some point with my camera from my monitor. So maybe we'll try that at some point when I do the introduction properly. Those chairs are all been restored. They're really hard and uncomfortable. The chair that I'm in is too short. I wish I were higher up, but we'll see. Good morning. Yep. We are really working the bugs out here with the correction staff, where they're going to be, how they're going to get people in and out of here, who's opening the courtroom in the morning. This morning I got here early at 7 and set things up. So we're about to fill in the courtroom. The public defender will be here. We're going to do things just like we've always done. And people will come up to the podium. The rest of the courthouse is in disarray. There's stacks of drywall, scaffolding, tools, junk, dust. It's, yeah, I do. All right.
It's more general.
I think I'm good. I'm good. All right. So as soon as we get the public defender, we'll start. Good morning, everybody. This is the first day in about 60 years we've had arraignments in this courtroom. This was the original St. Joseph County Circuit Court. And because of the construction that you saw on your way in, everything on the old side of the court structure and the court office has been closed. It's under construction. And you see building materials and dust and people all over the place. So for the next year or two, we will be conducting court in this building. And this is the original court building. So I'm going to turn off the live chat. We're going to do the arraignments the way they were always done in the other courtroom. When I call your name, I want you to come up to the podium right there, and you'll be on the camera, and we're live streaming this, and we will conduct the arraignment. This distinguished gentleman is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the chief public defender here for St. Joseph County. So we'll see. I've got kind of a limited workspace here. This is all a new experience. Good morning. Are you Tiffany Tincher? Am I saying that right? Tincher?
Yes.
Yes. The file number here is 26582OD. It's an ordinance case. And you got charged in Three Rivers with operating while intoxicated.
Yes,
Ms. Tincher, bear with us. We're working on everything. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driving record, and it requires that your license be suspended. Can't tell very much about this other than it happened at about 11:40 on March 31st. At Wood Street at Michigan Avenue, not too far from your house. I would suggest, Ms. Tincher, that we get an attorney to help you with this and set it for a pretrial conference. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have to get a taller chair in here. Sitting like this for 8 hours gonna kill me.
No, sorry.
Oh, we have crammed full the first Friday of May. So we're gonna go all the way to the first Friday of June. I'm gonna set an attorney pretrial for June 5th. at 8:30. The air conditioner just came on and it has a noise. We haven't experienced that yet. Appoint an attorney. What do you do, Miss Tincher?
What do I do?
Yes.
I'm a stay-at-home mother right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to send you out to the court office with the bailiff. He will take you out to the clerks. They'll give you some paperwork with your attorney's name and number on it. I want you to call that attorney, make an appointment to discuss this with them prior to June 5th. Okay, don't get in any more trouble till I see you.
Your
then.
Honor, thank you so much.
All right, well, just a minute. I'll make sure that you don't owe me any money. Don't think so. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, we're working on it. Got to start somewhere. All right, Mr. Guthrie, would you come forward, please? Oh, we are limited for space up here. Good morning, Mr. Truckee.
Sorry, sir, I'm gonna tell you, I have a hard time hearing.
All right, I'll try to speak up. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We do have some hearing assist headphones. Would you like those?
Yeah, sir.
All right. I gotta fix this chair. Or grow taller.
Oh, no, no worries at all. You put those on, just make sure you can hear it. It's loud enough.
And Your Honor, the dynamics are a little tricky, that it is difficult for us to hear here. Can you say his name one more time, Your Honor? I didn't see the.
His name is Justin Albert Guthrie.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, here you may, now there are some speakers here. We've been working on the sound. Judge Patterson's courtroom has terrible sound. Anyway, Mr. Guthrie, you got a lot going on here. You're charged with driving suspended, first offense and open intoxicants from an incident that occurred on October 28th of 2025. A warrant issued back in December and you didn't get picked up until April when you got arrested for domestic violence, second offense, and cruelty to animals. That case is 264 or 605 SM. Domestic violence second offense is the most serious charge. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. My suggestion, Mr. Guthrie, is we get a lawyer to help you with this. These cases could have serious consequences. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is that agreeable to you?
Yes, sir.
Are you still living in Schoolcraft?
I live in 3 Rivers, but I've been staying in Schoolcraft.
All right, well, because of this, is there a no contact order? Let me look at this.
I didn't know I had a no contact on.
All right, let's take a look. The warrant says that you assaulted Rachel May Guthrie, your spouse, and at 301 East Street, and that you had a previous conviction for domestic assault, making it punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Second count is you did cruelly drive, beat, or work an animal. That's a misdemeanor also, punishable by up to 93 days in jail or a fine of up to $1,000. Because of the no contact, are you staying at the Schoolcraft address?
Yes, sir, that's my mother's address.
All right. Are you still working at Walgreens?
No, sir.
Are you working anywhere?
Not at the moment.
Your health problems have been catching up with you?
Yes, sir. My diabetes has got pretty bad.
Appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial for 6/5/26 at 8:30. Keith, we're doing the same thing. We're overloading that day of the month, but
Yep.
it just is what it is. Mr. Guthrie, these are all potentially serious charges. The driving suspended charge is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It could further suspend your license. You've had license issues for a while now. But the most serious charge is a second offense domestic assault. I don't know very many of the facts. All I know is what I told you from the complaint. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I have a court officer take you out to our office. They're gonna give you the paperwork with your lawyer's name and number on it. I want you to call that lawyer, make an appointment to discuss it with him prior to June 5th. That's a long way away. The next available date would be May 1st, which is 10 days from now, but that day's already overfilled. So you go with a court officer, your next court date is June 5th. All your bond conditions remain in effect.
Yeah.
Oh, I called your name. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't watching. Angela Scott, would you come back up? Now, the way they've got it spelled, it's Angala. Is that right?
Yes.
But it says, but it's Angela? All right. I should know that. You got a ticket for driving with no valid operator's license and no license plates. We get lots of these. I call it driving while poor. These are under Three Rivers ordinance. I just lost Mr. George. Driving without a valid license is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of up to $100. Carries 2 points. And it goes on your driving record. Improper plate. Scott stated she knew it belonged on a Tahoe. She stated she had no license, but believed she had a right to travel. Let's see if I can get Mr. George back here to help me. Well, did we find Miss Scarberry? Like I said, we got logistical issues getting people up here. There's one small elevator. One thing, this courtroom didn't have an elevator when it was in use. The whole time it was in use as a courtroom, there was no elevator. There was a narrow wooden staircase full of stacks of paper from the clerk's office, which would be where the fire would have started if this courthouse would have burned down. That was theoretically a fire escape. All right. Apparently she is here and she's getting printed. And I lost Mr. George, so I don't know where to go with Miss Scott.
He'll be back, but one brief suggestion, Your Honor, and I don't, maybe we can address this another day, but maybe we can operate with that door closed, or maybe it's just me, but it's constant like.
All right. Good morning, Daniel. We could try that. I don't, but every time they open and close it.
Oh, I guess it's, yeah.
We'll see how that's gonna do.
Yeah.
So, well, let's try it.
Much better,
Yes,
much better.
that is an improvement. We'll see what happens every time they clang it in
Okay.
and out.
Okay,
It's way quieter in here.
yeah, much better.
And the morning's just gonna get more busy. Miss Scott, you live in Marcellus?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's take a look at your driving record. You don't have any points. You have $1,071 of unpaid fines. No valid ops, no valid ops, no proof of insurance, no proof of insurance. Back to 2021. So you could go to jail for this because you keep driving and you don't pay the fines, and there's a right to travel. There certainly is, but there isn't a right to drive.
Can I do a payment today, Your Honor?
What's that?
Can I do a credit card payment today, Your Honor?
Well, I could wipe these out with a jail sentence if you'd like. You could just do like 10 days and I could wipe out all your fines.
No, I have a whole family. I can't just.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, you keep getting tickets and not paying them, then you keep driving. I call it driving while poor, which isn't meant to be an insult, but people don't have enough money no insurance, no plates, often go hand in hand. But you've been driving without a valid license for,
I've never had one, Your Honor.
you never had one, and
I
you
was
got,
supposed to be going this week to get one.
all right, so you planning to go get a license?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, let's try that.
Maybe we could set up for a pre-trial
Yes.
after, after our drop dead May Day.
Where do you work? Do you work someplace?
I'm self-employed. We do wood during the winter and then we just stock up on the summer and they just sell it throughout the year.
Well, there's plenty of wood that's been fallen. This is Angela Scott, Mr. George. She's got an ordinance charge, driving without a valid license and no plates. She got $1,000 worth of previous unpaid tickets. Some of it's a booking fee, so she got about $800 worth of unpaid tickets. She would like to try to pay on the old tickets, and she says she has an appointment. Tell me about your appointment with the SOS. Have you actually made an appointment?
Yes, it's for, I'm pretty sure it's for this coming Wednesday at the Bureau over there in Botched.
All right. In the old days, they wouldn't give you a license if you had unpaid tickets. They called it fail to comply with judgment, and they would suspend your license for unpaid tickets. They don't do that anymore, but you have some old Cass County tickets that might be jamming you up also. I agree, if you got unpaid tickets, they shouldn't give you a driver's license,
I think I paid the ones in Cass.
All right. But they changed the law. So it would be great if you could come in here and show that you have a valid license and valid plates. So I'm going to continue this for a pretrial. I don't have a calendar here. This bench hasn't really been set up good for me yet. So let's see what we got. I'm going to set this for a pretrial when I don't have prelims and pre-exams. I'm going to set it for May 26th. Like I said, this isn't ideal, but we'll work on it. Did you end up cutting a lot of wood after the tornadoes?
Yes, we did actually. I was surprised. And there's still so much wood on the sides of the road. It's crazy.
Yeah, all you can do is just pull up and throw it in your truck.
Yeah.
And they'd be happy to get rid of it. This will be a Tuesday, May 26th. 2026 at 8:30, courtroom C, pretrial conference. Mr. George will be here to bring license and plate info. You're on the driving suspended merry-go-round. It's hard to get off of it. So I want you to go to the SOS, do what you need to do. Even if you only get your temporary permit, bring that also. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Carrie Lynn Green has been waiting patiently there. Miss Green, can you see me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yes.
All right, we can see and hear you. We've got Mr. Keith Stickley, the Chief Public Defender, is here also. Your lawyer, Jordan Harden, is not here. So that's why Mr. Stickley is here. Let me get up your case, see if Shayna put this in the queue for me. Are you also known as Carrie Engelmeyer?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
I would prefer my maiden name would be, but I'm not sure the divorce went through.
What's your legal name?
I think my legal name is under.
All right. This was originally charged as a felony. Larceny over 200, well, it was charged as larceny of building and larceny over 200 less than 1,000. It says you failed to appear for an attorney pre-trial.
I think I was there and I talked to Jordan, but she had like gone to the prosecutor and we were going back and forth on a couple things. And then I thought I was waiting for her to contact for the next court date because of the back and forth with the prosecutor.
Judge notes. Let's see what I wrote. Defendant did appear for pre-conference. She left before there was any record. Attempted to call your numbers. The problem is this is a felony. It's not set for an attorney pre-trial. It should be set for a pre-exam conference.
I don't know the difference. I just knew I was waiting for another court date. I'm waiting for another court date to be scheduled.
Well, anyway, you were here and then you just left. And I tried calling you. She tried calling you. She tried calling you since. And,
My phone came up missing out of my stepdad's car.
well, how did you get arrested last night?
Kilborn saw me walking. Kilborn saw me walking.
Do you still live in Three Rivers?
Yes, I'm always in Three Rivers, yeah.
On 4th Street?
No, that's just legal address. That's on my ID.
Where do you actually stay?
Nowhere technically. I keep my possessions with my stepdad at his hotel room.
At the 4th Street address?
No, my stepdad stays at a hotel in Three Rivers, and I keep like all my stuff there. So I go there, I get my stuff, or I leave and just wander around.
What's his name?
Ivan Erlinson.
What's that again?
Ivan Erlinson.
Okay. Well, you walked out. You never contacted your lawyer. I haven't seen you since. I tried to call you multiple times.
Yeah, I guess I misunderstood the proceedings that day because we were going back and forth and
well, then it doesn't work. You just
wanted to
leave and never come back.
I didn't know.
That's not a very
I thought that was
plan.
I thought that we made progress that day, and I was just waiting for paper in the mail for the next court date because it was changed from the original one because of the choices that we made that day.
Well, well, I'm trying to decide whether to leave you in jail to make sure you show up for the next hearing or to let you out on the representation that you show up. So far, it's not very good. You don't have an address. You're living on the street. I don't know how to get a hold of you. None of your phone numbers work. You didn't show up.
No, I have the number for my stepdad's number. Because like I said, I'm there every day.
All right. According to Jordan, this matter was amended to a misdemeanor and you missed your free trial. Maybe they'll amend it back up.
I thought we had to do a different court date because we changed because we were going to do we weren't going to do the circuit court because of the.
It's a district court case, but you still didn't show up. Thank you, Jordan. All right. I'm going to set an attorney pretrial for May 1 at 8:30. The question is whether I leave you in jail for the next 10 days or let you out on the representation that you will show up. You need to do
I
two things. You need to call your lawyer and you need to show up here at the courthouse on May 1st. You understand?
Yes, I cannot forget that date. So that's a very easy to remember day.
I'm gonna reset the bond at $1,000 PR. I'm gonna find you're in contempt for failing to appear for an attorney pretrial. One day jail credit, 1 day. Your lawyer's monitoring this proceeding by Zoom.
Okay.
I want you to call her and discuss this with her. It was charged as a felony. They reduced it to a misdemeanor and you repaid the favor by not showing up or being available if anyone was trying to find you. So May 1st at 8:30, I want you to call your lawyer. If you don't show up, I'll do a bench warrant and set the bond at about $10 million. This is not the crime of the century, but it was a felony reduced to a misdemeanor. And I expect you to appear on May 1st. You understand?
Yes, I do.
All right. They'll give you a PR bond. All right.
Thank you.
You're good. Thank you, Mr. Stickley. Now, I'll remove her. Don't want anybody go anywhere yet. Shana sent me another email. I'll see what else I got. Michael Ashbrook. I'm just checking in right now, so he's here.
The waiver on this file, prosecutor has countersigned that waiver.
All right, Mr. Ashbrook, would you come forward? Mr. Ashbrook, this is file number 26645FY. You're charged with carrying concealed weapon and no valid operator's license. Oh, wait a minute, wrong guy. Don't want to scare you. You're charged with carrying concealed weapon. It's alleged that on January 10th in the village of White Pigeon, you had a machete. They're gonna bind this over for the waiver? All right,
Prosecutor is
all right,
not resolving it with a misdemeanor this time.
okay. The reason I wanted to talk to you, Mr. Ashbrook, is you've got $1,330 worth of unpaid fines and costs. Back to 23, no proof of registration, speeding, impeding traffic, no insurance, plate violation, no proof of insurance, open intox, and a registration plate violation. Most of those are misdemeanors. I can wipe those out with a jail sentence. Would you like me to just put you in jail and wipe out your fines? All right, apparently your next payment is due May 20th, so you're on a payment plan for those and you're making your payments. All right, very good. I talked to you about that at your arraignment. It's a lot of money, but if we keep chipping away at it. All right, Mr. Ashbrook, you're good to go.
What about sending emails?
Chad Williams Sloan.
Absolutely. Yep. That one's going to stand for prelim as well, Your Honor. He does have an attorney pretrial scheduled for Friday on a misdemeanor file, which I will deal with Ms. Stoll on.
All right. He has an old retail fraud from 2019, which he failed to pay $125. He has a new retail fraud, which is set for attorney pretrial with Judge Patterson this Friday. And then this one. Those chairs aren't very comfortable to sit in for a long time. That's how they used to make them. But if it's any consolation, the chair I'm in isn't very comfortable either, so I guess we're all in the same boat. And I can attest that Miss Strong's chair is not very comfortable. It looks historic, but it isn't very comfortable to sit in. Mr. Chad William Sloan is alleged to have been at the Walmart store and stolen property worth more than 200, but less than $1,000. But he has several previous offenses. So he's charged as a 5-year felony retail fraud first at the 4th habitual offender, making this punishable by up to life imprisonment. Up to 20 years imprisonment, I believe. They have a video surveillance of him allegedly taking a bicycle-shaped object from the store worth $548. The store employee knew you from school, and then they watched the videos. All right. Mr. Sloan, are you back in Constantine?
White Vision, sir.
We show for an address. Strong, I appreciate your being on top of all your cases. As difficult as this is, it would be much more difficult if you weren't as prepared as you are.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I appreciate the leniency of the court. It was a longer morning than I preferred it to
Well,
be.
we're doing fine. There's just a lot of people to deal with. All right. Was there a plea offer?
Yes, to retail fraud first with no sum.
All right, leave for prelim. For April 28th at 1 o'clock. All right, Mr. Sloan, you owe money. I'm going to discuss this when I see you next week. I can wipe that out with jail time. You got two previous, the earlier retail fraud, you owe $125. So we'll see what happens with the other case. APT for 426 in 2659 SM. All right, so you're good to go.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you.
Well, see you Friday until,
Yeah.
until I tell you otherwise.
Yeah, your next court date is this Friday, right in this very room.
Be in touch.
Byron Rhodes.
Mr. Rhodes is present. And he will,
I gotta keep
And-
looking at.
he will be entering a plea, so we can
Have a
put
seat,
him.
Mr. Rhodes. All right, you sit down. I'm not ready for you.
You can sit down right there.
What's the plea offer? The
What was that?
misdemeanor plea offer use?
For Byron Rhodes, use with 7411.
Mhm.
Danny Flowers is an improper transport, no license.
We all ban over. Let's start with Mr. Rhodes. Would you come back up and have a seat next to your lawyer? Are you Byron Arnell Rhodes?
Yes, sir.
We've met. You're charged here with possession of cocaine as a second offender, making that punishable potentially by up to 6 years imprisonment. If I understand correctly, Prosecutor Gabriel's agreed to reduce this to a misdemeanor charge of use of cocaine with potential 7411 status for sentence. Is that correct, Mr. Gabriel?
It is, Your Honor.
7411 is a section under the Public Health Code 333.741, which allows the judge to put a person on probation on a controlled substance charge. And if you complete the terms of the probation, the charge could be taken off your record as a public record of conviction. So that's a benefit. I can do that one without the prosecutor's consent. as opposed to some others, but I generally wouldn't if they objected. Cocaine had disappeared for a while. When I first started, our drug was heroin, old-fashioned powdered heroin and tar heroin. Then cocaine hit, and we thought we were overwhelmed. Then crack cocaine hit, and we were really overwhelmed. But then we had opioids and methamphetamine, and cocaine kind of faded into the background. Mr. Rhodes, have you had any previous drug convictions in any other jurisdiction?
Never.
Are you on probation or parole
I'm on bond.
on this case?
C. Yes.
Well, everybody here is on bond, so that's all right. You're on a payment plan on a driving case that we dealt with a while ago, and you got a bunch of unpaid booking fees, but I'm not chasing those anymore. You had a bunch of stuff when you and I were both younger, which has mostly been taken off your record. Yeah, there's a lot of baggage in here. I think if I do take this plea, which I plan to, I'm gonna set it for sentencing to get some more information before I do the sentence. Mr. Rhodes, are you gonna plead to the charge of use of cocaine, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000? Use of cocaine?
Yeah.
It's a misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
My lawyer.
All right, she threatened you to
No,
get
I'm
you.
just playing.
We can't mess around about that, okay?
This is serious business.
Nobody.
I had one guy say, yeah, my wife told me she'd kill me if I didn't plead to this. But I mean, if your lawyer, the prosecutor, or probation officer, the judge, anybody threatened you to get you to try to plead to this
No.
or promise anything other than the plea offer.
Yeah.
All right, you understand that if you do plead to this, you're giving up all these rights on the advice of rights.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this case. According to the affidavit, there was something going down at North Main Shell. And they found a baggie with some drugs in it. And you'd been in there sometime earlier and apparently dropped that baggie. And then they watched the video and realized it was you. So had you had a baggie of cocaine that you accidentally dropped at the Shell store?
Yeah.
And had you used some of that?
One more time?
Had you used some cocaine?
No. Not at the time.
All right, well, had you used some like within?
In my life, yeah.
All right, but
And Your Honor, we're doing the plea to
Based
the
on-
possession of cocaine as the lesser included being use. He's not admitting to using it actively, just having knowledge and possession of it.
is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, oh, I'm sorry.
So everybody agrees.
We're all in agreement.
Well, if I gave you a test right now, what would that show?
A lot of marijuana.
Well, marijuana is lawful for adults to use for recreational purposes. If I put you on this probation, there's 7411, you're gonna be able to smoke weed, you
I know
understand?
that. I
You
know
willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna set this out a little bit.
Today, this is canceled. He's gonna get a sentencing date. Moving for sentencing date.
We try to use Wednesdays for Ms. Strong. Are you available Wednesday, May 27th?
I believe so, Your Honor. Let me double check. Yes, I am.
at 11 a.m. Oops, at 10:30. I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna ask you, where'd you get it? Whose bagging was this? And I want you to pay on your other stuff. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do, but we'll probably do a drug test that day. I don't expect you to be at zero, because you probably can't get to zero by then, but there's a time of probation, you can't use any marijuana. Are you working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
You told me that before, but I forgot where.
Vicksburg at Summit.
What shift?
Third.
So you've been up all night?
I didn't,
Did you work last night?
no,
Okay.
no. I got off. My supervisor, he's just let me get some time off.
And Your Honor, I am owed to Judge Pattison at 11 o'clock. Can I ask one of the deputies to give him a note that I might be a moment late?
Don't say a little late, say she may be late.
A moment late.
Um,
Thank you, guys.
Pregnant moment late.
I sent an email and I just want to confirm.
That would be Wednesday, May 27th, 2026, 10:30, courtroom C. I guess this is courtroom C. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what it's called. C, the courtroom. All right, Mr. Rose, I will see you on May 27th. Don't get any more trouble. Get your stuff paid off and we'll talk about this probation at that time. Yeah.
You can check with the clerks.
You had allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code set for 331. I'll give you that. I don't think so. I think you got one left. Mhm. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for
Yeah, okay. All right, let's talk to Stephanie Smith. This is file 26603FY.
For like a week. Because I don't know, I'd like to talk about it. I had Michelle talk. I don't know how that would go. Hang on just a second.
So what do you specifically
I'm asking for just like a week. Continue to next week.
I don't want to bring witnesses in.
No, I don't want to do that. I just want to see if I can get the offer on the table that I have for the CCD in the morning with Pattison.
If it's okay with the judge, I don't care.
I don't want my plea to change.
Good morning. Are you Stephanie Marie Smith?
Yes, I am.
I'm Judge Middleton. You're charged here with a possession of methamphetamine. That is a felony punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment. You're charged as a second offender, alleging that you had previously had a felony driving charge in Indiana. So it's punishable as a second by a 15-year maximum sentence. This is alleged to have occurred in Constantine on January 2nd of 2026.
And Your Honor, in back and forth with my client, I do have a signed waiver of rights and plea. Ms. Smith has indicated and the prosecutor has agreed a request for continuance to next week's in the morning probable cause conference docket. this is our first contact. There are a lot of reports to review. While I do not think that Ms. Smith's position is going to change, she would like the opportunity to fully review all of those reports and have any follow-up questions with me that she needs. And I would like her to have that opportunity so she can move forward knowingly, voluntarily, and understandingly.
Does that mean that the plea
And
right now,
did you call your lawyer?
I tried, yes. But she's
When?
busy.
We did play phone tag multiple times throughout the week. She left two voicemails. I left.
Cases on Judge Patterson. If he's got already a full vote, let's take a look. I tell everybody, call your lawyer.
And she did, Your Honor. We just played phone tag.
Okay, and in defense of the lawyers, they are busy. For example, she's gonna be here with me all day today. So if you tried to call her, you wouldn't be able to get through to her. But she was working over the weekend. She was at the jail on Sunday, which is a real fun place to visit on a Sunday. But I'm concerned about a couple of things, Ms. Smith. You've got an unpaid retail fraud charge of $156. You have an unpaid failure to yield ticket with $144.
Okay.
So you have $300 worth of unpaid fines and costs.
I can start paying on those.
I don't know if I reminded you those at the arraignment or not. I don't think I did. Also, if I give you a drug test right now, what will it show?
I'm good.
What?
Are we good?
It will show clean?
Maybe weed. I might have some weed in my system. That's about it.
All right, well, you're not, I'm trying to look if there are any bond conditions in here. Read this affidavit. Has to do with a stolen trailer. During the search, I found a Ziploc bag. So it was hers. 7.9 grams. 0.79. All right. Oh, Judge Patterson, he's gonna have a morning like this. Continue. See to 428. At 8:30.
All right, I mean, to balance out the court, if you want to go 2 weeks, obviously our problems
Casey
is
didn't want me to do that because it made her.
And
come
Your Honor,
back.
I do believe now that I have offers, things will go very smoothly. We'll walk in with resolutions ready to go.
All right, well, it will, but there's still a lot of cases. I mean, things are going smoothly now. They're just, 30 people we need to address, plus the arraignments. His benefit, he doesn't have arraignments. He doesn't have Tuesday arraignments, so he doesn't get as backed up as I do.
Okay.
All right. 5, 6, 10. Your matter is adjourned 1 week. I want you to stop out at the counter regarding those unpaid fines. We're gonna give you a drug test next week.
That's fine.
It will probably still test positive for marijuana, but I don't want to test positive for methamphetamine.
Okay.
I have my suspicions if I was to do a test today, but we'll see. Anyway, this matter's adjourned.
That's it.
And you stop at the counter regarding the unpaid fines.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Do I have Betty Breeding versus Dakota Richter? Come on up here, please. 2600603.
Right to the podium here.
You two want your name, ma'am?
Oh, Betty Breeding.
To the podium. Next door.
Sure, your name? Do you want to talk about this out in Holland? Yeah.
I gave him chances to pay me.
Are you a heating and cooling guy?
I do it on the side.
You want to go talk, see if you can resolve it?
I mean, we've talked, obviously we're here now. We need to.
All right.
I don't believe what she's trying to get was necessary.
Fair enough. You guys, by proceeding the small claims division are giving up certain rights. Each of you are giving up the right to a jury trial. Each of you are giving up the right to a lawyer. Each of you are giving up the right to appeal my decision, and to the extent that you might be entitled to it, plaintiff, you are giving up the right to seek in excess of 77,000. It might, has it gone to 7,500 yet, Jen?
No, Your Honor, it still stayed at
Still
7,000.
7,000. Okay, they're always raising it every, what is it? Can be 8 months or a year, but anyway, 7,000 is the max, but you're only paid for 700. You don't have to give up those rights. If you want to preserve those rights, just tell me. I'll remove the case to the General Civil Division. I'll still be the presiding judge over the case. But if you proceed in small claims, like I said, you're giving up the right to appeal my decision, the right to a lawyer, the right to a jury trial. Do you understand that, Ms. Brady?
I do.
Do you understand that, Mr. Richter?
Yes.
Do you wish to give up those rights and proceed here or have the case removed? Ms. Brady? You waive those rights? Mr. Richter?
Yes.
You waive those rights? Raise your right hands. Do you have any witnesses? I'm asking you.
I have a person that did the work.
Where's he at? Is he coming today?
No, he's at his job.
You want to call him?
I forgot my cell phone because when I was leaving.
Well, I'm just telling you, hang on a second. I don't know what you're talking about with the parts here you're talking about. If you think he did something wrong, you're going to need to prove that.
Okay. He never finished the job.
Is that true?
I happened to get a piece of metal made.
All right, stop. Let me just have you both raise your right hands. If I need to adjourn it, I will. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got. Ms. Breeding?
Yes.
Mr. Richter? Okay, tell me what happened, man.
Okay, my furnace went out in December.
This cup 25.
Yes. and
Okay.
My boyfriend, he goes up north, he told me to call Cody to have me do my furnace. So I called him. I gave him $2,000 to get the furnace and pay him for the work. He brought me the furnace, hooked it up, and didn't have the plan to go to the vent. So we put a fan on a brick, shoving the heat up into the vents. So every week I would call him. And he kept telling me that this plan was being made. And 3 weeks had gone by, and I told him, I said, I can't continue to push the heat up there with a fan. The gas bill that month was almost $400. And I wasn't really getting the heat in the house that I needed.
Is that true what she said so far?
To a certain point, yeah.
Well, what point isn't it true?
So I told her that I will be back to, I had to call, there's a place in Livonia where I get the metal made, basically just to connect it. That part was true. I needed to come back for that. I haven't, the metal wasn't made yet, so I never returned back. Everything else was done with the front stuff.
How much of the $2,000 did you earn?
Only made $400 off that job.
And he charged me $800.
$2,000 altogether with material.
So you charged, the deal was you were supposed to install everything, including parts and labor for $2,000, right?
Yes.
And you received all that money, right?
Yes.
And you had to hire somebody else to do it?
I did so.
You have their invoice?
Without letting him pay stuff. I can get him in my lunch. I paid him $800 to finish the job.
Why didn't you bring your invoice?
So I don't have it anymore, sir. But it's done.
Who'd you hire?
Joe Walker.
Is he with the company?
He's a contractor. Yeah.
Joe Walker.
Yeah.
You call Joe Walker and have him zoom in?
Don't hit my phone, sir. I forgot the phone, so I just had somebody come to the door and tell me my friend got crushed and killed today. So
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Why didn't you finish the job and why isn't she entitled to the balance It was supposed to be 2,000 and she gave you 2,000.
Yeah.
And she had to pay an extra 800.
So I was gonna go back when the part was done. The part was done, he called me, she's already got it.
This was December,
By
right?
somebody else.
It was cold.
Yes, house, her furnace was out, the heat was, she had heaters in the basement running. That, I believe, is why her electric bill was so high.
Yes, no.
Are you coming up with 700,
With
man?
the new furnace, it runs less gas, so there's no way it could be running more. There would be no way it could run more.
How are you coming up with $700? Tell me.
After he brought the furnace over, he kept telling me for 3 weeks that this part was being made. He never come up with the part. It was really cold in my house, so I had it done by another person.
I know.
He made the plan right there at my house.
So
It cost me $25 for the plan.
So it was 2,800 is what you paid out on this.
Yes.
Well, why are you only suing for 700?
Because I told him on the 800 that he owed me, he could keep $100 for his trouble. So then he told me it was 800 to carry the furnace down my stairs. And he gave my old furnace to one of his friends for metal. And I said, $800 to carry it in my basement, not hook it up. I don't even have a receipt that I can't even get the warranty on this furnace.
The furnace was working, the only thing that I needed was the plug piece that connects from the furnace to your ductwork that blows it into your house. It was literally maybe 10 inches, the piece.
Why did
He put dryer parts on my furnace runner.
I read that?
Yeah.
In the state of Michigan, you can use.
I'm just curious as to why you did not sue for 800.
I told him to keep 100 for his troubles because I didn't want to hear about how he carried my furnace.
He kept the two. How much did you keep of the 2,000?
I only made 400, the rest of it to material.
He told me it was 180, then he told my boyfriend it was 40.
And then the piece of metal that I had made was 160.
Well, you never had it made.
I did.
And you're under oath. You understand that, right?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I am.
You're under oath. And you're telling me under oath that you paid $800 to have the rest of the work done.
I did, sir.
Do you have any reason to dispute that?
My friend, one of my buddies, told me that the guy who she hired, he also did more work than what I did. He brand new power, a breaker, a line. That right there's $800, Your Honor.
Is that true?
He did, but he charged me 800 for the rest of the job as well. He only charged me 800 for all of it. Because he felt bad that I got ripped off. In the middle of the winter, I had no heat. A fan doesn't blow the heat up to my upstairs.
People always rise.
Not.
I don't know why you didn't take care of this earlier. I don't know why you undertook. I'm looking at him. I don't know why you didn't take care of this earlier.
Well, the shop that I called told me that they were booked out. I had the part made. When I did reach out to her, she said that she's already completed it. On top of that, her boyfriend called me, cussing me out and going bonkers. So I,
Well, I mean,
And you go.
I understand that.
anything else? No?
That's it, really. I mean, basically, the 160, I believe, the plenum piece, I believe I would pay that. That part was not finished, yes. Everything else was hooked up, though. The return, the gas, the CO2 vat, all that was hooked up. The furnace was functioning.
Inherent in something like this is the fact that it has to be done within a reasonable time. You have a reasonable period of time to fulfill the contractual terms. If you're making people wait for 3 weeks, I don't care if you have to drive the Escanaba to get a plumbing or make it yourself or do what else, you breached the contract. She had the right to go out and hire somebody. She did that. Judgment for plaintiff, $700 plus your filing fee of 68, your total 768. Can you pay that today?
No, I'm not working right now.
When can you pay it?
I start my job next week,
Where?
with, sewer and water, Monroe.
How much you going to make?
I think I'm starting out 22 an hour.
Tell me how much you can afford to pay weekly.
Hey, $50.
Do you have a family?
I did. I got 2 twin daughters. They're 9 months old.
When is your first check gonna be?
2 weeks from now, from the day I start Monday, next Monday. So 2 weeks from now.
So you start on April 27th, right? You pay $50 per week to the plaintiff beginning May the 15th. Okay, so that's the best I can do, Ming. Okay,
Next, so one sec.
sure.
I gave him the option to pay me weekly, and he kept telling me he was gonna send me $100 through.
If he doesn't pay this, you can move to set aside the installment order. You can subpoena him for a creditor's exam and you can garnish his wages, but you'll have to talk to a lawyer about all of that.
Lawyers.
Okay, so talk to him. If the defendant doesn't pay you as I outlined, then you can undertake collection proceedings, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Go down the hall, both of you, get a copy of the judgment. Good luck. Thank you. Amy Lawrence versus Greg's Auto Service. 2600529. You provided your name,
Henry Murad.
your name.
Martin?
I'm going to ask you to both raise your right hand again. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
I do.
All right. I got some questions for you. You brought me this guarantee. This is over the lease. Was there not a separate business agreement where you purchased assets?
Yeah, I have the purchase agreement here.
Well, why didn't you give me that? That's what I wanted. Can you hand that to my court officer?
That's the purchase agreement that we did. That's the whole fund.
No, this is the personal guarantee. This is the only agreement you guys entered into?
Yeah, that's when we did it at the lawyer's office on Ford Road, and that's the papers that we did. And that states the other owners' names.
That you're gonna pay the lease. Who owns the assets now?
The owner of the building, their names is Ali Saad, and
Do you know this owner, whoever owned the Greg's Auto Clinic when you bought it?
it says it on the paper, on the second page. Greg's Auto Clinic, that's what.
Right.
They own. Yeah, on the second page at the top, it says, Hussein Hamadi and some other name, Allah.
Hussein Hamadi and Allah Talib, right?
Yes,
Do you know those guys?
I don't.
Did you know them before you purchased this?
I had no clue about it. Nothing.
How did you get in contact with them to purchase this?
My partner knew that they wanted to sell the business. And so we talked to them, then we found out the building is not theirs. So we went to the owners of the building, we talked to them, and then we did the agreement. And I took over and I changed the name to Greg's Auto Services LLC. They had it as Greg's Auto Clinic at that time.
So everything, the agreement that you entered into, you have no other agreement other than this.
That's the only thing I had.
So who did you contract with the tenants of Greg's Auto Clinic?
Yeah, Twins. They're called Twins Auto Sales. They have a lot of dealerships. So that's the people that I purchased the business from. That's who I'm renting as of today from them. Twins Auto Sales. Ali and Abdullah Saad.
Yeah, but
The other people, Your Honor, they were renting also from Ali and Abdullah Saga twins.
and now you're renting direct from the twins.
Yes.
And this is the only agreement you have.
So like the agreement.
That's why I was confused when I said they took it to a sister shop in Redford, which Twins Auto does have a dealership in Redford, but this other dealership is
Yeah,
not.
let's talk about what kind of car repairs that you had to have done.
I had a hole in the put in, and
When was that again? Because I don't want you to think I remember much.
no, I know you have a lot of cases. I put the deposit down for my engine on October 7th of 2024.
And you put it
Yes, that's the end. Because then I had to pay.
October 7th of
The
24.
whole engine was 55.89.
Wait a minute. You put a deposit for the engine on October 7th of 24.
Right, and then I didn't get it back until.
Wait a minute, slow down. And then how much was that for again? 55.
55.89.
And that was with the predecessors to this gentleman and his company, right?
I assumed it was the same guy working with him. Like I said, I've never dealt with the same mechanic more than once, ever, throughout this whole process through any shop.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to take my time on this. I'm sorry. Let's start completely over. I apologize. I didn't write. So you gave him 55.89
Was the cost of the whole engine.
on October 7th of 24.
Correct.
And had the work been performed as of that?
No. They took it out to the other shop in Bradford and.
On their receipt, it says completed on.
All right, I just want to know.
Yeah.
What other shop was this? Greg's auto clinic?
Yes. And then they.
And who was the principal of Greg's auto clinic again? Can somebody tell me?
What do you mean?
Who was the?
Well, that was the predecessor.
Someone named Sam. All he told me was his name was Sam.
Do you know who that was?
I think that's the guy from previous Hussein Hamadi.
Okay.
Stand that over here.
All right, slow down. I know, but let's just not start. I'm trying to follow this whole thing here. So you gave them money. Was the work completed or not performed when you?
No, they took it out.
Wait, you gotta let me finish. On October 7, 24, you wrote them a check for 55.89, correct?
I gave them $3,000. I didn't pay the balance till I picked up the car.
When did you give them $3,000?
October 7th, 2024.
All right, but you still were gonna owe a balance of 25.89, right?
Picked up my car, correct?
All right. And that you think, or so you think at least, that was when Hussein Hamadi and Ayla Talib were running Greg's Auto Clinic, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hang on. Just let me get my bearings here. All right. So you drop it off on October 7th of 24.
Correct.
You pay them $3,000 and agreed to pay 55.89.
Correct.
Then what happened? The vehicle was taken where?
To Fast Lane Auto on 8 Mile Road in Redford.
On 8 Mile in Redford. And that's where the work was performed?
Correct.
And do you know if Hamadi and Talib owned that?
That I don't know. That I don't know. The same person I dealt with that took my car there is no longer there, and now there's been supposedly 3 new owners since then at that shop as well.
Do you know for a fact that she gave it to Hussein Hamadi?
The person I talked to told me his name is Sam. That's the first time I'm hearing.
And you
this.
think that's who?
Hussein Hamad, that's saying it.
All right, so the work's performed out at Fast Lane Auto on 8 Mile in Redford. And when do you pick up the car?
On the receipt, it says she picked it up on 10/7, one.
That I don't know why they put that, because I know they didn't do an engine the same day. That's
No, you dropped
that's
it
been
off on
shared.
8/20, and then work completed on their receipt. It says 10/7 on the first.
But they can't be, right? Because I didn't pick it up from Greg's. I picked it up from 8 Mile.
Yeah,
Okay, so wait a minute, slow down. Wait, let me ask you a question. Just wait a second. Wait. So you're telling me you have documentation that indicates they dropped it off on August the 20th, 24?
no, I'm seeing it off of her papers. Can I?
Yeah, I don't.
It says, proposed completion date 8/13/2024. Work completed 8/13/2024 on their work order. Greg's Auto Clinic.
It was completed?
Just
It says completed.
That's just for them to show me all the codes.
Wait a minute.
I paid $241 just for them to.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You confusing.
Whole thing's being. I could sit down and explain it for.
Well, here's the problem. There's got to be successor liability, and I don't see where there is. I mean, I feel bad for you. I'm just trying to figure this out. But I don't think this company is responsible because they entered into an agreement to lease from the owner of the building the same equipment. And I have to have here as far as I'm. Let me ask you a couple questions. Let me just ask you a couple questions.
Can I say something?
No.
Yes, sir.
Do any of the owners that are there at Greg's Auto Service, were any of those working with Greg's Auto Clinic?
The owners of the building, they have over 100 shops. They own a lot of buildings. They run them out to make it. Bless you. So they run them out. So these guys that did.
Did you bring your own tools over there?
Of course. So
the tools you didn't purchase from anybody. I mean, you brought them there. You weren't purchasing the tools
I have
from Greg's Auto Clinic or the owner.
No, I have my own tools, and I have all the receipts from Snap-on and Matco. So
All right.
this has nothing to do with them. They took everything, whatever they had, and they left. They said they're moving down to their new location. And then their sister-in-law at the time, she knows her. Her name is Brittany Coquel. She was still working for them, and they didn't even know that they're done from.
All right. Let's talk about the issue of the engine. What's wrong with the engine?
Nothing now. My car runs like a champ now.
How much did you pay to have it? Tell me what happened when you picked it up from Fast Lane.
And actually, that's what I was just thumbing through and wanted to point out here. The paperwork, and that's what threw me off. They're trying to make it sound like they put 2 engines into my car. And because the first shop didn't replace the turbo, it blew this engine. So now Fastlane gave me a receipt January 27th of 2025 for the second engine that I bought, or that they were putting in, with no, there was no proof of the first engine, which I know they didn't install it up. They take it out to the shop that they said was their sister shop, which it isn't, because now I'm finding out about twins. And I've seen employees go
When
back.
you got the car back,
I do have my car back.
you know, but when did you get your car back?
The second engine they're saying they put in, I have the invoice date for January 27th of 2025. I want to say I didn't get it back until like the end of March.
All right, so when you got the car back the first time, right? You
Mhm.
picked it up at Fastlane.
Yes.
What was wrong? Right?
Yes. Yes.
What was wrong with the engine?
I made it from fast lane on the freeway to, I think it was 275 at Sibley exit, and the tow truck had to come and get me. The whole entire engine just died because they didn't put a turbo on that I paid for, and it blew the whole engine, is what they're saying. So then now they're getting a legit receipt for the engine, which I kept asking for the first time. Second time around, I have a legit engine receipt with everything. I think that.
Slow down. Do you know where these guys are now? Greg's Auto Service.
I'm Greg's Auto.
Well, I'm sorry, Greg's
Auto Clinic.
Greg's Auto Clinic.
All I know is they went to Fastlane. That's where their other locations. And that's what I
But then when
told
I
you.
call fast lane, and I even have a recording of this, they say that they sold that shot back to them and they're back at Greg's.
Ma'am, here's the problem. If I were you, I'd talk to a lawyer and have the lawyer assist you in trying to locate the predecessor owners. These guys, I cannot in good conscience, there's nothing here that tells me, wait, let me finish. Why does everybody interrupt me, John? I don't understand. I can't in good conscience enter a judgment against these guys. There's no evidence they purchased assets. It's not the same owners. It's not the same people working there. I mean, I feel bad for you. I really do. But I have to follow the law and I don't see it. And if I was you and you want to pursue this, I'd speak to a lawyer and I would have the lawyer help you, at least give you some ideas as to
I did.
where you might turn.
I figured at the very least, Your Honor, I'd probably walk away with the name, which is probably just gonna be another ghost chase. Unfortunately, I feel like you said it's just gonna be a really hard lesson learned the expensive way.
It's terrible.
I gave you the names of the owners that took your money, and I already feel bad.
No, I know you
for
do,
what-
and I know you can try to call.
And
them.
I brought-
This is
The day I left, I found out Ann died.
this is an honest.
So you're
2 days later, so that's why you didn't hear back from me.
Not a problem.
This is an honest guy here.
I
Yeah.
even looked at, I even looked at her car and checked it out for her and added entries, and I'm the one that told her they did not replace the engine. Because if they did replace her engine, it would have had either written marks on it
Listen,
from the.
where's the old engine at? Where's the
That's
old
what I
engine at?
told- I'm the one that told her to go up to court.
Where's the old engine at?
I never seen anything with the older.
By law, they should have your honor the engine and show it to the
Right.
customer before they dispute any parts.
Right.
And that's what I showed
All
Miss
this
Amy.
it was a core price on the receipts.
So then, if you know I'm honest, why would you write a Google review and put it that you take people to court and all that, and Greg's Auto Shop, and do not take your car there because they changed one word, either Greg's Auto Clinic to Greg's Auto Shop.
That is what they did.
Well, but
But you're writing it on my website. It's not me. Sweetheart, I know already you're in pain and whatever these scumbags did to you, it's not right. But you're affecting my good. And I told you, anything you need, I'll help you out. I did a oil change. I did the sparkless cleaning for you.
How is
And
it-
wait a minute. Wait,
how
please,
is it
please,
changed?
please, 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 please,
I replaced it.
please, everybody.
Yes, sir.
I made my ruling. I don't know what to tell you. You guys are gonna have to figure it out. There's no way I'm finding him responsible. I'm no cause of action. And you guys can go down the hall and get that. I would consult with the lawyer and have them try to,
Yeah, well, any paperwork that you need down the.
yeah, they'll,
Speaks on it, or
Jennifer, give her the personal guarantee that's on there, please.
just the name.
Well, she's gonna give the personal guarantee and she's gonna give you a copy of the judgment, okay?
I appreciate it.
And Judge,
Have a
are you
good day.
sending the copy down? Because we did not put that in M file.
John's bringing it down now.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck to you, Devin.
Yeah, you're on it.
You too.
Saw your appearance on TMZ by the way.
By the way, people against Philip Russell Conklin, 26R70509-1FY, and also 25R713371. Sir, your name?
So Russell Conklin.
I gotta get closer to that device. Keep your voice up.
Philip Russell Conklin.
Keep your voice up, sir. I gotta pick you up on the recording device here.
I'm having medical issues. I can't talk. So I don't know what you want me to do. I'm medically unable to talk louder than this right now.
Hang on, move over to your right ever so. There you go. Tell me your name nice and loud.
Philip Russell Conklin.
Okay, Mr. Shemke.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute. I have reviewed the charges and the maximum penalties on both cases. We are prepared to proceed.
All right. Lieutenant, your name, please.
Detective Lieutenant Steve Mercury, Rockwood, please.
All right, so let me go back and take a look at these. You've got a felonious assault with a 4th offense notice. Felonious assault is a 4-year, but you've got a habitual 4th. And if you're convicted of something that carries with it 5 years or more, which you're not going to be, you could get life. But in this case, if you're convicted of something that carries with it less than 5 years, you could get 15. You understand that, sir? Nice and loud for me.
Yes, sir.
And then that's on 25R713371. And then on the other file, this is 26R705091. We have assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, upon a Carly Skidmore. And we also have a domestic violence offense with her. There's a 4th habitual offense notice. So if you're convicted of that charge of assault with intent to do great bodily harm or anything that carries with it 5 years or more, you could get life. The domestic violence stands alone. That's a 93-day misdemeanor on that one. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I'm not getting a good, strong. Can you keep your voice up, please?
Judge, he's doing his best. He has an ailment, and it was very difficult to hear. But he did believe that he understood, and he said, yes, he understands, Judge.
Okay. Is that true, sir? You understand everything?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you your rights. You have the right to remain silent on all of these. You do not have to say anything. If you say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to be represented by a lawyer today. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer at all subsequent court proceedings. And if you ever choose to submit to questioning with law enforcement officials, you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a probable cause conference on these. You have the right to a preliminary examination on these. At the probable cause conference, your lawyer will discuss this case with the prosecutor. At the probable cause conference, if it's not resolved, it will then proceed to a preliminary examination. At the preliminary exam, as to the felony counts, the people have to show that the crimes were committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crimes. If they prove that, you'll be bound over for further proceedings to the Wayne County Circuit Court. If they fail to prove that, then the case would be dismissed and you would be discharged. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to give you the probable cause conference dates, and then we're going to address bond. You're going to be in front of Judge Hessen. Heather, what do you have for me?
These ones I believe will actually be yours, Judge McNally. It'll be May 5th at 9:15. And then May 12th at 10:30.
Okay. Are you sure about that? I'm fine if that's the case. I didn't.
That is what I was told. Yeah.
So preliminary probable cause conference, May 5th at 9:15, preliminary exam, May 12th at 10:15 or 10:30, did you say?
10:30.
All right. So that's when I'm going to set both of these. Now, just give me 1 second, everybody. So May 12th at 10:30 will be the preliminary exam on both of these files, and then May 5th at 9:15 will be the PCC. All right. He has multiple warrants, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like, Mr. Shemke, what would you like to say regarding bond?
Your Honor, he's been in custody for 27 days approximately on a possession charge. Next court date's coming up next week. He's 38 years old, lives in Warren with his girlfriend, and was working at a tree service location in Romeo. Judge, with the other holds, I just want to make sure that whatever positions he is, he's getting credit for the time that he's served. I find that any monetary amount would be unlikely for him to be able to post, especially with other holds. Thank you. Nothing further.
Detective, can you tell me a little bit? These are both out of Rockwood. Tell me a little bit about these cases, will you please?
Your Honor, the one case involves a strangulation. The felonious assault was regards to a knife that was pulled on the victim, and then the great bodily harm in the DV is it's a strangulation case. He no longer lives at that residence, or the victim no longer lives there either.
I don't know if I want you to put it on there. Has he been printed on either one of these? How are we going to get him printed?
No, he has not, Your Honor.
How are we going to get him printed?
I don't know. He's in custody, and I believe it's Oakland County now. Guess we could do it if they bring him for the PCC or the exam.
You know, I'm getting a little concerned with these guys being in custody, everything by Zoom. They're not driving people around anymore. We need to get the prints. If he somehow waives at the next hearing, how are we going to get the prints to send downtown? So would you call Oakland County and see if some arrangements can be made before the PCC, please? Lieutenant?
Yes, I'll call.
And I can address it then. You got multiple warrants, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
That never bodes well.
Um,
I'm setting 50,000, 10% on both of these cases, 50,000, 10%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. You're not to have any contact with the victim, Carly Skidmore. No contact with prosecution witnesses. No alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. No firearms or dangerous weapons. You're required to obtain a tether. You're not to be within 2 miles of the victim, their residence, or place of employment, not to be released until fitted with a GPS tether. No contact with the victims. Again, Carly Skidmore on the 26R705091. That's the victim on that case. And on the other case, we have the victim as being Joanna Lopez. So no contact with her either. No firearms, no alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. Not to be within 2 miles of the victims, their residence or place of employment. No contact with prosecution witnesses. No contact with the victims. You cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Those are your court dates, May the 5th at 9:15. Any questions?
that's not, well, that's not true.
You have any more in custody, Deputy?
Just the one that's refusing to come out of the bullpen to see you.
Okay, that's Ronald Powell, right?
Yes.
Well, we are on the record in GW 2026 CR 66, State of Kansas versus Ronald Lee Powell, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. The defendant, Mr. Powell, is in custody, and I understand, Deputy, he's refusing to come out to court.
Yes.
All right, well, Ms. Gillette, your response?
I texted the sheriff's administration. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him out, but they're going to try maybe. So I don't know if you want to put him to the end of the docket and see if we can get him out in a little bit and just take up the ones that are not in custody.
Deputy, do you have any response to that? Are you aware that she's done that?
I truly believe that we will have to physically remove him from the bullpen.
Well, I don't know that I necessarily want you to do that. I guess we could put a camera on him in the bullpen, or I don't want anybody to get hurt unnecessarily with him if he doesn't want to come out. I'm inclined to just say that's his call. So
we can declare to have the hearing in absentia at the end of the docket, because when a defendant removes themselves or refuses to come to court, court can be held in absentia for him refusing to come out.
I'd rather do that than have an officer get hurt wrestling with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let the powers that be talk to him, and if we need to put a camera on him and do it by Zoom, or if we just need to do it in absentia, as Mr. Lett says, but I don't want anybody getting hurt because he doesn't want to exercise his rights. So I'll let you folks decide that at the jail, and I'll call him at the end, Deputy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We are on the record in 2020 TR 683, State of Kansas versus Tappan D. Smith. County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. Mr. Smith appearing in person and pro se. Mr. Smith, this is a 2020 case, and I understand you're in Colorado. Is that correct? Is that where you are?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to get this taken care of, but you're not allowed to leave the state of Colorado. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Well, let's see. You're looking at count 1, driving in violation of interlock ignition restrictions following a DUI.
Yes.
And that is filed as an A misdemeanor. If convicted, your sentence could be no more than 12 months in the county jail. Your fine could be no more than $2,500. That's on count 1. On count 2, your charge was driving without proof of liability insurance. That's a B misdemeanor. Maximum penalties include 6 months in the county jail and $1,000 fine. And then count 3, you're looking at the vehicle, driving without proper vehicle registration, an unclassified misdemeanor. The penalty could be 30 days to 6 months in jail, and the fine could be up to $2,500. You do have the right to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed or represent yourself. Do you wish to hire or apply for a court appointed attorney, Mr. Smith?
Can I apply for a court appointed attorney?
Yes, you can. Are you employed?
I am.
Where do you work?
I work at, it's called BLS.
BLS or BOS?
BLS.
Okay, and what kind of work do you do there?
I'm a fabricator, welder.
Welder, fabricator. Okay, what do you get paid per month for that?
I'll probably bring home like 4,000.
Okay, and are you married or single?
Single.
Do you have any minor children that you support legally?
No, ma'am.
No children? So you're a family of one, just yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, do you pay any rent or mortgage?
Yes.
How much?
I pay $1,200 in rent, about $700 utilities. Then I pay $160 for healthcare. So then I pay a $70 phone bill. And that's not including groceries and
How much do you pay how much do you pay for your groceries and personal?
Probably a month, I'd say about $400 or $500.
All right, let me see count what you've given me so far. Any other expenses, telephone, things of that sort?
Yeah, I pay about $70 phone bill.
Okay. Student loans, credit cards, anything like that?
No, none of that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to find you're partially eligible. I will appoint attorney Blake Cooper, and Missy will give you his number and your court date. Blake Cooper.
His number is 316-833-1154.
5-4, okay.
And your court date will be June 5th at 10 a.m.
Tuesday, 10 a.m. Kansas time.
Kansas time. That is a good point. That'll get you in trouble every time.
I almost missed it. I almost missed it because of that.
Yeah, okay, looks like your bond was set at 2,500. You haven't posted that yet. You're still on the lam, as they say. You need to surrender.
How do I take care of that? Because I didn't have would I have a bond for failure to appear then?
Well, let me look.
Because that day they just towed that vehicle and they let me go. So I didn't even go to jail.
Talk to your attorney about that, but we will need to get you your picture prints, get you processed at some point. Now, if you have that outstanding felony warrant, you can probably just turn yourself in out there in Colorado and deal with it.
Just had gotten in trouble in Colorado after being here, and he got put in their residential program. Are you still due to discharge in 2029?
Yeah, I'm still currently, I did 2 years in jail, and then I did their halfway house program for 8 months, and then I've been living on my own for 3 years. So I still got till 2029 possibly, yeah.
Okay. So we were contacted by their community corrections, Your Honor, and he's on their program. They wanted to try to have him appear by Zoom to get his warrant taken care of and getting back in court. I told them they had to contact the court to get in. So they've obviously contacted Missy, because I can't on my own withdraw a warrant either. His community correction officer, Ms. Johnson, has contacted us about this. They didn't know if there was a way to either withdraw the warrant or have him be processed on it, since he's on their intensive program.
Well, I think the appropriate would be for him to turn himself in and surrender in Colorado, and then we could give him his court date by Zoom. And
court date, it's just a matter of getting the warrant processed.
Yeah. Process the warrant. I suppose we could give him an OR bond. Boy, I don't like the sound of that, but since he's trying to make an effort to get this resolved, what is the state's response to that?
I'm fine putting him at 2,500 OR. If he contacts our sheriff's office, maybe he can make arrangements to be processed out there and get it sent in.
All right. Why don't you try that, Mr. Smith? I want to give you credit for trying to get this old matter taken care of, but I don't want to just say, oh, warrant's gone. And
number to call to contact the sheriff's office is 620-583.
Oh, hang on.
620-583-5568.
And what do I need to ask them or tell them, or just call up there and say what?
Just call them and tell them what your circumstances are. Missy can kind of give them a heads up too. Missy might assistant, because we're going to probably have to change that to an OR bond to get you where you want to be, because Colorado won't. They'll probably just go by whatever bond is on your paperwork, and then you'll have to talk about extradition.
And are these felonies or misdemeanors?
These are misdemeanors. The easier way, call your attorney before you do anything, though.
Okay.
Because the easier way would be to just set that warrant aside, which I don't want to do, but that might make more sense under this rare circumstance.
Yeah, because they let me out of jail to go to the halfway house to do their program.
They ignored our sounds like.
And they knew, they knew I had the misdemeanor. That's why, and they still let me do all this. So And my case manager, Carrie Johnson, I urged her to call, because I tried to get a hold of you guys for the last like year and a half, and I just couldn't get anywhere. So he wrote you an email, and that's how she got involved with this. So,
Well, you have a court date, you have an attorney, show up by Zoom with the attorney on that date, and then we'll get
okay.
this work resolved so that you can keep doing what you're doing there and take care of this. But the attorney will know how to advise you here in Kansas.
Okay, so do I still need to call the sheriff's department then?
Call the attorney first.
Okay, that works. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. You may go at this time.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now who do we have? Is this Mr. Powell that's decided to join us in the court, in the sheriff's office? Are you Ronald Powell, sir?
I'm Darren Watkins.
Oh, you're Daryl Watkins?
Yes, the second.
Okay, give me just a moment, please, Mr. Watkins. Okay, Missy, where do you see him? What number is he?
I don't have him on the list.
Where did you find Mr. Watkins? Was he booked in recently?
He was booked in under Ronald Powell. This
Ah,
morning, he claims to be Darren Watkins. There is
okay.
no record of a Darren Watkins anywhere. He's
Oh,
trying to claim an alias.
okay, well, do we have fingerprints that connect him with either of those names?
Ronald Powell.
Fingerprints say Ronald Powell. All right. Well, I'm going to call the case GW 2026 CR 66, State of Kansas versus Ronald Lee Powell, also known as Darren Watkins. Now, sir, what is your legal name?
Darren Watkins the second.
Darren. All right. Well, Mr. Powell, you are here, or Mr. Watkins, you are here on count one, which alleges fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer. This charge specifically says that on or about the 19th day of April in 2026 in Greenwood County, you, as Ronald L. Powell, then and there, contrary to the statutes of the state of Kansas, did unlawfully and knowingly and willfully fail or refuse to bring your vehicle to a stop, or otherwise failed or attempted to elude a pursuing police vehicle when given visual or audible signal to bring the vehicle to a stop, to wit, lights and siren by Deputy Blake Fisher's vehicle, and that you were engaged in reckless driving and or committed 5 or more moving violations during this attempt. As charged, this is called a level 9 person felony. If convicted, your sentence could range from 5 to 17 months in the Kansas Department of Corrections, commonly known as prison, and you could be ordered to pay a fine up to $100,000 on this. In count 2, it alleges that you attempted an aggravated escape from custody. It reads specifically that on or about the 19th day of April, 2026 in Greenwood County, Kansas, you, as Ronald L. Powell, then and there, contrary to the statutes of the state of Kansas, did unlawfully and knowingly commit an overt act towards the perpetration of a crime done by a person who intended to commit such crime but failed in the perpetration thereof, or was prevented or intercepted in executing such a crime, to wit, attempted to escape from custody upon an arrest for a felony. This is charged as a level 10 non-person felony. Penalty, if you were to be convicted, would be 5 to 13 months in prison and up to $100,000 in fines. Count 3 alleges that you were on April 19th, 2026 in Greenwood County, Kansas, as Ronald L. Powell, excuse me, unlawfully and knowingly operating or attempting to operate a vehicle while under the influence of a combination of alcohol and drugs to a degree which rendered you incapable of safely driving a vehicle. This is filed as a Class B non-person misdemeanor. If convicted, your penalty could be up to 6 months in the Greenwood County Jail where you are now. Your fine could be up to $1,000. In count 4, you're accused with unlawful possession of the controlled substance, THC and/or marijuana, a Class B non-person misdemeanor, which could be punishable by another $1,000 fine and another 6 months in the county jail. Count 5 accuses unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, specifically cigarello packages, possessed as drug paraphernalia, that is, with the intent to store, contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce a controlled substance in the human body. This is another B non-person misdemeanor with penalties up to 6 months in jail and $1,000 in fines. In count 6, you're accused with transporting an open container of an alcoholic beverage, to wit Bush's Light, Mike's Hard Lemonade, Noka 2 Turnt Tea, all in violation of Kansas law, an unclassified misdemeanor, which carries a fine not more than $200 and imprisonment by not more than 6 more months in the county jail, or both fine and imprisonment. Count 7 accuses you of a registration offense. It alleges that on that same date of April 19th, 2026 in Greenwood County, you drove a motor vehicle without a current registration, an unclassified misdemeanor that carries 30 days up to 6 months in jail and a fine up to $2,500. Count 8 accuses you of yet another registration offense on that date, alleging that the license plate contained on the vehicle was not the current or the valid license plate for that vehicle. It was taken apparently from another vehicle, according to the charge. Again, another 30-day to 6-month possible jail sentence with another fine up to $2,500. Count 9 accuses you of failing to use your turn signal not less than the last 100 feet traveled or moved by a vehicle. And this is a traffic infraction with a $75 fine, but no jail time. Count 10 alleges that you were speeding 125 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. The scheduled fine for that, plus court costs, is $853, but I believe there is a statute that limits a traffic infraction to $500 plus 108 court costs. But there is no jail time associated with that 125 and a 65 mile per hour zone. Then we have count 11 that alleges that you were unlawfully and knowingly failing to drive in the right-hand lane when you were not overtaking or passing another vehicle. This is a traffic infraction as well and carries another $75 fine. And count 12 alleges that on that same date you were unlawfully and knowingly turning off your headlights upon a highway during the hours from sunset to sunrise. And that driving without headlights when required is yet another traffic infraction with yet another $75 fine. So they're claiming a number of violations there. The most serious is the level 9 person felony. You do have the right to hire an attorney. Can you afford to hire an attorney, or do you need to apply for court appointed?
Court appointed.
All right. Are you employed, Mr. Powell?
No.
How long has it been since you last had a paying job?
A few months.
Okay. What was the last job you did? What kind of work?
Security.
Security. Okay. And in the last couple of months, you haven't had any income at all? No money?
No.
I'm sorry?
No money.
Okay. And have you lived with someone that's helped pay your bills?
I live with my girlfriend.
All right. Does she work?
Yeah.
And you say she helps pay your bills?
Yeah.
Is she able to pay for an attorney for you, or willing to your knowledge?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify for court appointed. I would like the deputy to give you a written application and have you fill that out in a little more detail, but at this point, I'm going to find that you do qualify and appoint an attorney. I don't know who the attorney will be yet. My assistant Missy will let you know later this week. But as soon as you find out who the attorney is, make sure you call that attorney so the attorney can be of benefit to you in your defense. If you do not have the name of the attorney before you're ready to bond out, make sure that you get that name before you leave. I don't want you leaving without your attorney's name and number. So, Missy, when do we need Mr. Smith to come back? Or not Mr. Smith, Mr. Powell, also
Watkins.
known as Mr. Watkins, yes.
May 22nd at 1:30.
May 22nd at 1:30. If you make bond, a condition of your bond will be to contact your attorney and to be ready to go May 22nd at 1:30 by Zoom. And if you don't make bond, we'll make sure the jail gets you here by Zoom. What town do you live in or what state?
I'm from Texas.
From
I was down
Texas?
here visiting family.
Okay. All right. Well, if you go back to Texas, you can appear by Zoom. If you don't appear by Zoom, or if you don't appear in person at the courthouse, you'll get a warrant for your arrest and you'll have to come back probably at an inconvenient time and manner. Okay, anything else we need to address? Bond, what is his bond set under?
27.5, I think.
Say that again, please.
We're looking, but I think it's at 27.5.
That's what I show on the jail sheet.
Okay. All right. And that seems appropriate under the circumstances, the nature of the charges, the number of charges, allegedly an out-of-state unemployed individual. Ms. Gillette, did you want to make any recommendations for bond?
Judge, I have an address out of Kansas City. He's claiming Texas here today, and he's claiming numerous aliases. I would say that 27.5 is appropriate, if not higher, so.
Yeah, and the charges say he doesn't want to be detained.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Mr. Powell, you can get with your attorney and you can deal with these charges, or you can just keep making them worse. Or Mr. Watkins, if that's your actual legal name. If you want to be known as Mr. Watkins, maybe you and your attorney can give me some legal documentation to that effect. But apparently, you've gotten into some issues under the name Powell. So I'll work with you, whatever your legal name is, but we just need to get this all sorted out so that we have the right guy and we have him under the right name. Sometimes you have several names. Okay, anything else? Any questions I can answer for you, Mr. Watkins or Powell? No? All right, you can go back to the jail then and talk to your attorney first chance you get. He can get your hearing moved up if he needs to. He can talk about your bond again and so forth and your name. All right, you may go, sir, if there's nothing further. And I believe, Missy, that concludes the docket.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you all very much. We are adjourned.
All I'll say is he's not going anywhere, guys. He's not going anywhere. Don't you worry. She gave him a bond because she's legally bound to give him a bond. Oh, I got everything all messed up again. Look at this. She has to give him a bond. That's not right. That's right. But it's a fairly high bond for him, a guy who can't even afford his own lawyer. So I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. We'll probably be seeing him on the expedited calendar at some point. I'll be keeping an eye out for him. That's a weird one right there. Volume? Am I too loud? Is that what it is? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a night full of craziness. I don't know if it's my computer or my setup that's acting up. Sometimes I can get chat to go on the screen. Sometimes I can't get chat to go on the screen. But what I can do is I can make do. And I can tell Jermerg, thank you so very much. And Lanny King, thank you so very much for your contributions tonight. It is through the generous contributions of viewers like you that good old Lone Wolf Usul can help Mama out every single day and keep these court cases coming. And I'm going to try and keep them coming as much as I can. I might do a test stream here in a little bit. Might be tomorrow. I don't know. Keep an eye out. It's not. If it comes on, it'll just be on for a few minutes while I check a few things out, and then I'll be hopping offline. So don't expect much, ladies and gentlemen, as far as that's concerned. I just need to get a few things worked out. Y'all have a very good night. I'm your Lone Wolf Usul. I am deep, and I'm all that type of. Thank you, Julie Sassy. I adore you too. I think he said, Kat, I think he said the wall was stenciled. It was stenciled many, many, many years ago. Interestingly enough, I think I remember him saying Judge Middleton's new courtroom is something we are going to be watching closely now that he's moved over there. He had some serious mic problems later in the afternoon today where you just could not hear him anymore, so cut out a big chunk of the Middleton that we had, but hopefully all that stuff will get resolved. Just like hopefully all my technical issues will get resolved. And I'll see y'all next time. Same Wolf time. Same Wolf channel. Julie, I think he said stencil. I think he said stencil. But thank you, Mama Wolfie. Thank you. Let go of the rope. Steven, Rhonda, Marty, Michelle, Kat, Mama Love, Nabel, all you crazy folks out there who I can see right on the screen right now. Y'all have a great night. I'm out. And go watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I know you still haven't seen it yet. Go watch it. Go. Go. Somebody send a gift? Well, that's kind. Thank you. High five. Thank you so much for the gift. 100 jewels. Wow. Crazy people. Get out of here. Nothing else. I got no more. Later. Bye. Wait, it popped up on the screen. Look at that. Okay. Now there's no